Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Slightly different setup because I'm filming this in the evening. I've just come back home and I wasn't able to film this in the morning, but I've set up my lighting system to get this filmed for you guys this evening. So let me know your thoughts if you like or don't like this setup, but usually I'll be filming during the day as most of my videos are already set up. So today's going to be talking about how to overcome doubt when you're manifesting, how to deal with it, what exactly is the experience of going through doubt and up and down moments and how to get through that. So today's going to be a very, very useful video, maybe pinpointing a few things that you haven't recognized or you have been experiencing but you're not fully comprehending yet, how it might impact your manifestation. But this is going to give you some clarification on what to do about the doubt. It's very, very normal, obviously, so no need to panic or worry or overanalyze anything, but this video should help give you some extra clarification. So before we get right into it and jump into this video topic, I do offer coaching, so everything will be popped on screen. You can take a look for yourself, pause the video or click the link in my bio. You can go straight to my website. You can also check out my Instagram if you want. I have all my client reviews and success stories on there. Everything is popped on screen right now, so take a look if you're interested in signing up. And yeah, let's get into the video. So your subconscious mind doesn't understand logic, so regardless of what logical thought or logical doubt comes into your mind, it's not taken in by the subconscious mind. So even if a manifestation or a certain belief seems illogical or impossible, and consciously and emotionally, in terms of your ego, you're saying, this feels impossible, like how could my SP conform in this way? How could my body change in this way? All these different elements, you might be thinking, all these circumstances or reasons that I've heard in society, in my life, for why this is impossible, it's going through my mind. But your subconscious mind doesn't understand logic. So whatever you repetitively tell it, it will materialize and create and mentally experience, and you'll just believe it. So anything that comes up relating to that topic, your mind will remind you in some way with a thought that ties into that belief. Whether it's, I'm perfect, or my body's flawed, I have a great career, I struggle financially, I have my SP, dating or my relationship with my SP is so difficult. All these different opposites and kind of binary beliefs and opposites can come up depending on your beliefs. So there's no such thing as logic when it comes to the subconscious mind. The subconscious, again, will process based on repetitive thoughts and beliefs. So whatever you repetitively think and focus on and keep repeating in conversation or just to yourself through your thoughts is what your mind will focus on and therefore materialize, create in your 3D reality, and just keep as that belief in your mind. So that's one element you need to remember, that the doubt that's coming up in your mind, it will fade away on its own. You don't necessarily have to target it directly. You just need to persist in the new story, and I'll get more into that in the video, but it's going to come up regardless from the conscious mind. But the more that you repeat the desired outcome, the desired version, the new story of I have exactly what I want, the more that doubt starts to diminish on its own, because the subconscious just won't take it in. It won't say, oh, you keep repeating that you're with your SP, but all these 3D circumstances are saying the opposite, therefore I'm not going to accept it. It doesn't work that way. Your subconscious, it's all these deep-rooted beliefs. If we were able to reject or pick and choose, obviously we wouldn't have the negative beliefs. The doubt is therefore completely irrelevant. It's not something you need to analyze or worry about, because it will always come up regardless if there is mental resistance. So the mental resistance will tell you, all the 3D circumstances, the reasons why you can't have or why it's difficult to get what you want. So that's going to come up no matter what if there is mental resistance. So it's just irrelevant. It's just going to come up on its own automatically, and that's okay. It doesn't mean there's something wrong if you have an opposing thought. It's something to recognize, and then when you do recognize one, you flip it around. You say, no, that's not true, that's not the case. You don't accept that as a belief or as an objective truth. So whether or not something is true or not, your mind is going to try and apply logic and circumstances to it no matter what. You just persist in the new story. So remind yourself of how manifestation and the mind works, the principles of manifesting, law of assumption, repeating what you want, as if it's here right now, focusing on your mental mindset and the visuals and mentally embodying and experiencing what you want. So yeah, in visual form or just through affirmation form. It can be just through words. It doesn't have to be you visually seeing your life as if it's already perfect. You don't need to visualize anything. You just need to keep telling your mind that you have it. And remembering that whatever's going on in your physical reality is irrelevant. Just because it's a certain way now doesn't mean it won't shift, doesn't mean you won't get exactly what you want. So remember again with the mind that the negative thoughts are natural at times, from time to time, and at times they're just going to come up. That's the logical mind, that's the conscious brain. It's the ego, it's trying to protect you and remind you of logical fact, which is subjective, but to you it's a fact because you've experienced something multiple times and therefore it's developed into a belief. You've seen a pattern, you've not really seen the opposite or perfect version yet. So your mind is going to say, well, in your physical experience, this is what's been the case. So that's completely normal. So remember that that's how the brain works, and it doesn't mean that the manifestation can't work. So again, remembering, it doesn't mean anything's wrong. It just is your mind's way of protecting you, the ego's way of protecting you, trying to protect you from rejection and failure and potential danger. It's just going to bring up logical fact and rational intellectual thought rather than bypassing that and just going into the quantum field and saying, this exists, this is what I want, this is what I'm imagining, and it's what I'm going to bring into my experience. It's the unknown. So remember that the conscious mind will always focus on that element. The main way to deal with this is to apply a mental diet. So the kind of tangible and easy approach to take is to apply a mental diet, flip the thought. A mental diet is essentially thinking from the version you want. It's not necessarily like constantly battling against negative thoughts. It's kind of like a mindset and a lifestyle of thinking positively, being aware, being conscious of your thoughts, not just letting them come up automatically, being aware of what you're thinking and then turning it around when it's the opposite, negative. But you do want to apply a mental diet. That's the best way, obviously, if you're feeling doubtful and you're saying, but what if this, what if that, what about this circumstance, and trying to apply all these reasons why it might not work. You stop it in its tracks and you say, no, I already have it. Even if you feel anxious or doubtful, you just say it. You keep persisting. Persistence and consistency is the key. And obviously without putting that effort in, how can you manifest? You can't manifest from a negative mindset. Try to stop that negative thought in its tracks because you're going to end up creating the opposite, which is manifesting. You're manifesting the negative. But when I say what I just said, I was referring to the positive end result manifestation, obviously. So what we want to manifest, and when we focus on that concept, it's creating the desired version. And you want to catch those negative thoughts and flip them back around. I do have a quick quote here from Joe Dispenza, who's one of my favorites. I guess he's a doctor and mindset coach and teacher, and he talks a lot of, also he has a great book about quantum physics. I just really appreciate and enjoy his work, even though he's more based in law of attraction. He has a lot of really great scientific based advice as well, but one of his really great quotes is, change your thoughts from what you fear to what you want to create, and doubt will no longer rule you. So it's what I've just been saying, essentially. Change your thoughts from the doubt, the logic, the what if this happens, what if I can't get it, and trying to analyze it and analyze your circumstances and what's going on around you right now, and then shifting it to, what do I want to create? Well, I want this end result. I want to manifest my SP. I want this result in my life. I want this achievement, this success. Focusing on that, visualizing it, mentally embodying it, and thinking as if you already have it. Just literally whatever that may be, having a thought that would align with you having it. If you really want it, if you can really see it in your mind and you know exactly the outcome you want, be creative, just say it. Because I've had a lot of people comment like, oh, but if we haven't experienced it, how would we know what to think? Just be creative, just put some effort in, and it can be anything. It doesn't need to be some creative long-winded monologue. It can be a simple statement, but put some thought into it and say, and just go with the flow and just start speaking and saying, I am now blah, 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 blah. Like, this is my end result. I now have this. I have this result. And then start saying, I love having this result. My life is so much easier with this result. Like, you should know what that would bring to you and why you want it. So start saying, my life would be happier. It's my dream come true. You know, all these things, and just kind of go from there. So mentally embody and think as if you already have it. That is when the doubt will no longer have a hold on you. The emotional result will no longer have an effect on you. It won't become like an automated response anymore. It will kind of be easier to deal with. It won't just come up constantly. You'll just be able to let it go. And maybe I'm not explaining it perfectly, but I think we've all had moments where we feel confident and that you just don't feel doubtful. That's not really your automatic response. You feel a lot more secure and self-assured, and that's essentially what will happen. But also try a 5-minute verbal rampage. So just setting a timer and then verbally repeating all your affirmations and any idea relating to them, and just kind of rampage to yourself as if it's already true, and like speaking as if you have your dream lifestyle. So yeah, there's lots of different methods. Basically, mentally embodying what you want is the key, and then the doubt will subside. It will become less of an automated response for you, and you'll start to see that change come in more and more as you persist. So I hope this was a useful video and that you guys gained some clarity or some extra ideas from it. Yeah, do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!